This podcast is sponsored by ScienceBasedLearning.com. Discover your passion for languages with our innovative ebook, audiobook, and video system. Maximize retention using spaced repetition. Start your journey today.
How storytelling boosts memory retention in adult language learning. Discover how storytelling enhances memory retention and supports effective language learning for adults, backed by science and practical tips. The power of storytelling in memory retention for language learning. When it comes to learning a new language, one of the biggest challenges adult learners face is retaining vocabulary, grammar rules, and cultural nuances over time. Memory retention plays a crucial role in the effectiveness of language acquisition, and while many traditional methods focus on rote memorization, storytelling offers a surprisingly powerful alternative. By weaving language into meaningful narratives, learners can improve their retention and deepen their understanding of a language's rhythm and flow. Why does storytelling work so well? Humans have been storytelling for thousands of years. It's one of the oldest and most natural ways we make sense of the world. Stories engage multiple parts of the brain simultaneously, from emotional centers to areas responsible for reasoning and sensory processing. This makes information more memorable because it's not just abstract data. It becomes personalized, vivid, and easier to recall. For adult language learners, this connection is vital. When vocabulary, words, and grammar structures appear in the setting of a story, they are no longer isolated bits of information. Instead, they are part of a bigger picture that your brain can relate to. For example, learning the phrase "je suis contente," I am happy, within a story about a joyous reunion feels more relevant and sticks better than memorizing the phrase alone. The science of language learning and memory. Memory scientists explain retention through the concepts of encoding, storage, and retrieval. Storytelling enhances encoding by providing meaningful context. When language elements are stored in relation to a story rather than in isolation, retrieval becomes easier and more automatic. Moreover, stories often use repetition and predictable patterns, which naturally support spaced repetition, a cornerstone of effective memory retention. Spaced repetition involves reviewing information at increasing intervals to strengthen long-term memory. When embedded in a story, repeated phrases or vocabulary feel less like drills and more like parts of a narrative you care about, which makes spaced repetition easier to stick with mentally. How to use storytelling in adult language learning. Create or choose stories relevant to your interests. It's easier to remember material that resonates with you emotionally or intellectually. Whether your passion is travel, food, or history, pick stories that keep you engaged. Incorporate new vocabulary. Gradually, don't overload yourself. Introduce a handful of new words within the story and use them repeatedly in different contexts. Visualize the story. Try to picture the scenes and imagine characters using the language. Visualization strengthens the mental connections that improve recall. Retell the story aloud. Speaking is critical for language acquisition. Retelling stories in your target language helps cement new structures in your long-term memory. Write your own narratives. Applying the language creatively solidifies learning. Even writing simple journal entries or short stories builds a deeper relationship with the language. Combining storytelling with technology and science. Modern adult language learning can integrate this storytelling approach with scientific principles like spaced repetition. Systems that combine an ebook, audiobook, and video lessons packed with storytelling elements allow learners to engage multiple senses while encoding information in a meaningful way. One example to check out is ScienceBasedLearning.com, a simple yet powerful language learning system. It merges stories, diverse content formats, and a practice app designed around the science of spaced repetition to help learners retain material longer and more naturally. The approach removes the monotony often associated with adult language learning and replaces it with genuine engagement. Final thoughts. Memorizing vocabulary lists and grammar drills has its place, but storytelling transforms language learning into a rich, immersive experience that naturally boosts memory retention. By embedding language in narratives that activate emotions and imagery, you make your brain's job easier and learning more enjoyable. If you're serious about how to learn a language effectively as an adult, consider incorporating storytelling into your study habits and make use of science-driven tools like the system offered at ScienceBasedLearning.com. Combining story-based content with spaced repetition ensures that what you learn stays with you, long after the initial lesson ends. Happy learning, and may your language journey be full of memorable stories.